want, like the gold rush, everybody's after gold, late 1800, beginning 19th century. Now we as Muslims, we should be after hasanat. Any source that gives us hasanat points towards Jannah, we are for that. So those are the little things here to think of, inshallah, that will give us a lot of hasanat. One of the most important sources of hasanat is Kitabullah Azza wa Jalla, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One letter equals 10 hasanat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Alif Lam Mim, 30 hasanat, automatic. Read Al-Fatiha with that in mind, that you are trying to get hasanat. Read one page, half a page, little, small. What you can memorize, Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad, 3 times equal the Quran. Any portion of the Quran was that ihtisab, collecting, counting with Allah, reading that for the hasanat, oh Allah. One other thing that you can do is about what you're really doing, the prayer. You can maximize the reward that we are getting from the salah by just doing it a little different. Focus in the salah for sure. 2 people are in the same line, one person is collecting 100% reward, the other person next to him is taking nothing out of his salah. Even though both of them are praying. That's the case of many of us. So let's maximize the reward that we can take from the salah by focusing a little bit, by doing it in the right way, in the sunnah way, by making a lot of dua in the salah. Just the same actions that we do, but let them do a little bit different. Could be that you come a little early before the salah, could be that you hear the adhan and say with the mu'adhin, because those are things that will not take anything. You already hear the adhan, you're already praying. Do them just in a different way, with the mentality, the mindset that I am after hasanat, I am trying to take the best out of that. Very easy thing that you can do once you go home tonight, get a pen and paper and write ni'am, 5 ni'am from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you. 5 blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, or as many as you want. Just write them down, write them down, write them down. If you think of these ni'am or blessings, if you think of them, you are recognizing them, and this is in itself is shukr to Allah, because you are admitting them. Put them into paper. Allah has given me this, 1, 2, 3, write 5, maybe 10, more or less. Please do that. We will appreciate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Allah has given me a career, given me children, a spouse, wife. Many things Allah has given us, and recognizing this is ni'mah in itself, and is an act of ibadah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also give us more for these things. One of the important things that we should do to collect the hasanat, we talk a lot. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, this tongue, أكثر ما يكب الناس من النار على وجوههم. This is, most people get to the hellfire because of the tongue, consequences of the tongue. We talk a lot. That's the most active muscle in our body. Day and night we talk. What we do is, it's not easy to stop talking at all. Hopefully we can train ourselves to not to talk except the good talk. But if you are thinking, just sometimes thinking to say something that's bad or at least not useful, replace it with something good. I'm about to say a joke, whatever it is, or a bad word, or anything. Stop and say, replace it with something good. The idea of replacing bad things with good things means that there is muraqabah in there. You have this watchfulness inside you, and you, at the end of the day, the hasanat, the sayyi'at, the scale of good deeds, scale of bad deeds, what you are doing is taken from here and put in here. Replace bad words that you could be saying out of ghadab, out of anger, out of anything. Replace them with something good, and you already are going to say something. Instead of saying something bad, say something good. Be part of anything that's already going on. Something good that's going on, you don't need to initiate anything. How many things good that we know around us are going on in the masjid, in any other non-profit organization, in anything that's already established and going on. Try to be part of that. Being part of a team that's doing good will mean, inshallah, you're going to take the same reward like everybody else. See what the masjid needs, what the school needs. Anything that you think is good and going on, join it somehow. Even if it's on a small, scale or something, you will get similar reward to everybody else, inshallah, based on the intention. You cannot do any action, at least right now, before you leave the masjid, set some intention. The reward in Islam, how much you're going to get out of the reward of the action is attached to how much intention is in there, how good of an intention that you have in there. This is something any one of us can do. You can intend right now to make Hajj, one of the big things in Islam. You can intend right now to help Muslims everywhere somehow. Just set the intention, even if you didn't do it. But be truthful in your intention. Even if you don't do it, Allah will give you some reward for the intention. Intend big. Even if you don't do anything, intend right now to make your wife happy. That's just good deed. Even, putting luqma fi tadawat fi imra'atik, kana laka biha sadaqa. If you feed your mouth in your wife in your mouth, you're going to take a sadaqah for that. So intend anything good. If you cannot do it, just intend it right now. And as many intentions as you can get, that's how many reward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give you. Give somebody a gift, a little gift, as little as a good word. A good word. How are you, brother? Right now, you can collect as many sadaqat in your way out with that intention. We already shake hands. Do it with that intention. I'm doing it now for the sake of Allah. Finally, the Mus'haf is here everywhere. The hadith, so many hadith of the Prophet ﷺ we know of. Open the Mus'haf and get to something as you are reading with that intention. Come across one ayah that has some order, that has some instruction, that has some guide, that you can simply do and do it. Do it. So you take the word of al-amilin, those who do, those who act on the Quran. You pass by the ayah, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, say good to people. Close the Mus'haf, say something good to your wife, to your brother, to somebody around you, with that intention. Oh Allah, I read this ayah, I implement it. Maybe something else, you come across something else that you can easily, manage to do it in simple time. You're gonna get the reward of, I read it, and because Allah said that, or the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that, I am doing it. So those are a few simple things that we can probably, before we go to sleep tonight, we can do 5-6 things of them. At least set a good intention, inshallah, for the future. Even if you did not get the chance, time, hour to do it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us all the reward for the intention. Jazakumullahu khairan. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.